Lions fans, you did it again. Lambeau Field was so packed with all of you in Week 4 that the Packers had to issue a statement addressing the Sea of Honolulu Blue. Nice work. We'll talk all about that Green Bay win, plus look ahead to the Carolina Panthers who are in town this Sunday. That's all coming up right here on Inside the Pride.
Let's go. Going down. Sack back at the 30-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson got him again. Goes deep downfield, got a man wide open. Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions. How about that?
And by the way, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. All roads go through Detroit.
Welcome to Season 2 of the Detroit Lions Emmy-nominated show Inside the Pride, right here on the Lions TV network. I'm your host, Dannie Rogers. If the Detroit defense that showed up Thursday night in Green Bay and held the Packers to just 27 rushing yards keeps showing up, the sky's the limit for this Lions squad. Let's take a look back at the biggest plays from Green Bay.
Only game in the National Football League, kicking off week number 4. Lions and Packers.
And away we go from Lambeau Field.
Goff out of the gun, Montgomery to his left. Amon-Ra in motion to the right side. Goff is back, looking, throws middle. It is caught. Laporta with it inside the 40, down to the 30-yard line, still going, and wrestled down at the 24-yard line. Goff takes the shotgun snap back, wants to throw over the middle, got a man wide open. Amon-Ra, St. Brown, touchdown, Detroit Lions. Goff looked up, saw 14, there wasn't a Packer in sight.
Love, look out, and he gets swallowed up back at the 13-yard line. Isaiah Bugs.
Goff turns, gives to Montgomery, left side, finds a crease, spins into the end zone, touchdown Detroit Lions. There's the snap, fakes the give, sets in the pocket, throws over the middle, knocked up in the air, intercepted. Intercepted by the Lions, come back the other way, Jerry Jacobs. Jacobs spun down at the 7-yard line. A takeaway for the Lions. Montgomery, the lone back behind him, second and goal from the Packer 2. Montgomery again, cuts it left to the house, touchdown Detroit Lions. David Montgomery, second touchdown of the night, and the Lions extend their lead. What a first half by this football team. Yes, sir.
But I think it really starts out with this defense. Watch the flow and the speed in this defense. And there's nowhere to go. That's disciplined defense there for Aaron Quinn, the defensive coordinator, and flying to the football by the Lions.
Love out of the shotgun. Dillon behind him. Love wants to throw. Looks, slips, gonna go down. Sack back inside the 10-yard line. Aleem McNeil got him. 54, putting on a show. Absolutely back to back. Out of the huddle and to the line. Love sends 3 receivers right. Lions have 2 safeties back inside the 10-yard line. They bring a blitz. Love in trouble. Gonna get down. Sacked again. Charles Harris got him. The Lions ended that half like they started it. Ferociously. That is big-time stuff. 4th sack of the night for the Lions. What a half by the Detroit Lions. 27-3, they lead the Packers here at Lambeau Field. First half, the Lions had 40 plays to 22 for Green Bay. Average gain per play for Detroit, 7.1. Average for Green Bay, 1.0. Lions, 284 total yards, 21 for Green Bay. Love out of the pistol. He's got Aaron Jones behind him. Now Jones shifts to the right of his quarterback. They're going to run option. Love's going to keep it. Did he get in? He did not. The Lions slam the door on him. They come up empty on the 2-point conversion. It remains a 2-score game. That's big-time stuff for that Lions defense. Lions trying to extend that lead. Spot down, kick on the way. It is up and it is good. Quay Walker vaulted into the backfield, and it gives the Lions a first down at the 6-yard line. Goff takes, turns, gives to Montgomery, straight up the gut, works his way in, touchdown Detroit Lions. Love back, sets, looks, throws, intercepted, picked up by the Lions, Jerry Jacobs. That should ice this ball game.
You guys would earn that win. Everything about it, man. That's 1. That's 2 in a row, and it's a conference win, gentlemen. Great. We're 3-1 at the quarter. Yep. Man, the sky's the limit. We keep playing defense the way we're playing, and we control the game on offense. We control the game on offense. this. We can do whatever we want to do, man, but we can never lose this. We can never lose this. It is a team ball. Who said that?
Oh.
Team ball, there ain't no doubt.
Let's go.
That's an outstanding win, man. I'm so proud of you guys. That's one, man. That is one division win. You guys get your rest, enjoy this break, you fucking earned it, and then we move on and we get ready for Carolina.
Next quarter.
Hey, how about that defense today, boys? Hey, keep doing this. It's just a start. Keep doing this. Know who the we are. Let's go. Win on three. 1, 2, 3.
A standout defensive player at Green Bay was defensive lineman John Cominsky. On 28 pass rush snaps, Commish pressured the quarterback Jordan Love 25% of the time. 7 QB pressures in a single game. We'll hear from Commish on how he's able to consistently impact opposing offenses. That's up next on Inside the Pride. Inside the Pride is sponsored by Kroger, Henry Ford Health, and by the Ford Motor Company. This week, I am joined by the secret sauce, aka John Cominsky, aka Commish. Sorry if you want to keep, flying under the radar. It's not going to happen when you play that well in prime time. Your head coach, Dan Campbell, said you are the secret sauce that helps make this defense go. What does that mean to you when you hear that?
It means a lot because, I pride myself in doing the right thing and doing my job. And so if me doing my job allows others to do their job, it means the world to me.
I talked with defensive back Jerry Jacobs after the game, and he did say because of the effort up front, he was able to come up with those 2 interceptions. So how intertwined is this defense right now?
Yeah, I feel like we're really meshed that way and really starting to trust each other. And there's more communication between the back end and the front 7 more than there was since I've been here. And so that glue across all 3 defensive line to linebackers to the defensive backs, everybody complimenting each other and then acknowledging when we're complimenting each other, just that trust and that unity as a defense is just getting stronger.
Do you take more pride in your pass rush or your run defense right now?
We do pride ourselves as a defense stopping the run, so and I get to play base end in those run downs, so I do like being a part of that big run defense.
It's a top 5 run defense right now. What are you doing that's so greatly impacting that part of the game?
Yeah, it's just being in our gap and doing our job, and when you don't have that kind of, unity across all those levels, like I said, defensive linemen jump out of their gaps because they don't trust the linebacker behind them. We don't have those issues right now. We know our linebackers are coming downhill and filling their gap, and our defensive backs, when they're involved in the run game, they're filling their gap. So us as defensive linemen, we can just play our gap and play strong and know that every other gap is taken care of too. So it's just a trust thing.
I know you love run defense, but 25% of the time when you rush the passer this past week, you got to them. 7 quarterback pressures. What is going into your game right now that when you come at a passer, you're going to impact them?
I had more opportunities, I would say, in this game to make an impact, and when you have that one-on-one, they expect you to win. When you're taking up 2 guys, everybody else has one-on-one. So I was just the guy to get one-on-ones this week. So
we hear coordinators throughout the week say, oh, this is going to be a chess match between this opposing team. Do you view it as a chess match when you're trying to get to quarterbacks?
Yeah, because offensive lines, like I said, they slide one way or the other. They see pressure and they kind of adjust their slide. And so last game we were having a lot of fun. Hutch was kind of bouncing around. We let him, he was kind of freelancing a little bit, and they were calling the protection on the right because he's on the right, and then he bounces on. Later in the down, he's going over the left, and they're switching their protection. So there was definitely that chess match kind of between the offensive line and the defensive line. Last game was a lot of fun.
Last time this team faced Panthers in Carolina, it wasn't great. We'll just say it how it is. Is this a revenge game for these Detroit Lions this Sunday?
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of we owe them in this. We went down there, it was ice cold, and they ran the ball all over us, and we're fired up and we're ready to stop the run.
A place you're familiar with now is Ford Field. After the game, we see you with your own printed footballs that say the Commish on them that you hand out to kids and parents. How much more comfortable are you here in Detroit?
All the kids are always tugging at you. They want your gloves, they want your towels, and so I've always wanted something to give them, and so my agent was able to come up with a little idea, being in a city where I'm appreciated, and it's awesome to just have that little bundle of footballs to be able to throw out to the kids, and they get real excited to be able to go home with a little souvenir.
Welcome back to Inside the Pride. I'm now joined by the head coach, and I spoke with your secret sauce of your defense this past week, John Cominsky. He kept bringing up the word trust. That's why this defense is so lethal right now. How far can trust take a football team?
It can take you almost anywhere you want to go. I believe that. That goes with a unit. That goes with your team too. So it's very important. And when you trust the guy next to you is going to do his job, and he's going to give it everything he's got, and he's disciplined about it, man, it makes you want to give everything you've got for that guy as well.
Well, secret sauce in his defense will be going up against the Carolina Panthers this week. They have a young rookie quarterback in Bryce Young who's still trying to settle into their offense. Wide receiver Adam Thielen, though, is back to doing what he does best with a new team this year. You know this player well, Coach. How do you contain Thielen in the pass game? Yeah,
we know Thielen well, certainly being in this division. So I think more than, look, his football IQ is extremely high. All right, he understands football very well. He's a very crafty receiver. Man, you play zones, he can find the holes. He's also a true competitor. And ball in the air, man, he'll lay his body on the line to go get these throws wherever they're at. So there's a number of things that he's able to do just mentally, physically, and then just production-wise. You see him making a catch there between those two defenders. That's why he's dangerous.
Thielen coming from the Vikings, he's a newer face. But going to this defense for Carolina, Brian Burns has been a staple up there, outside linebacker, 3 sacks so far. What's the number one emphasis for your pass pro this week?
Yeah, look, we got to know where he's at. He is dangerous. He's the guy up here that he's got true speed ball. And when you're a rusher and that's what it starts with for you, that's already an issue. And then on top of that, he's got a long arm, he's got a spin, he's got a counter, and you can see him here off the edge. When it's speed, man, I got to kick out of there, because I cannot get beat around the perimeter. And when he makes you do that, overcommit, then he's got this quick counter inside, good hands here, and he's an issue, man. He can make you have a long day.
We just saw the former first-rounder defensive tackle Derek Brown in that last play. He played a role in holding the Vikings last week to 13% on third downs, Coach. He's disruptive. What else can he be up front?
I think this guy can really do everything, and I think that's why he's unique. When you have a guy who plays defensive tackle, can play the run, can play the pass, he's strong, he's explosive, he's a finisher. Man, those guys they make that a long day for your old line up there. So certainly we're going to have to finish on this guy. We're going to need to be able to help out with him. But this is what he can do. It's a pretty good guard he's on too now. But he gets you moving one way, and he's powerful, and he can finish on the quarterback. So, between he and Burns, that's you only have so many resources to go around to take care of these guys.
Coach, your team is playing really complimentary ball right now. Whether it's on or off the field, what is the strongest point of your team?
I said this last year. I'd say it again. It's the team. That's the strongest part of the team is the team. I feel like collectively, when everybody just does their job, and really that's what this roster's built off of, is it's the sum of all parts. And so when everybody just does their job and nobody's job is insignificant, man, we can have a lot of success. We can run at a very high rate. But when one thing gets off a little bit or somebody is not pulling their weight, that's where we begin to struggle a little bit.
Thanks so much, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Earlier this season, the Detroit Lions unveiled a statue outside Ford Field to commemorate and honor the great Barry Sanders. One Pride Productions was able to go behind the scenes and capture the process as Lou Sella and Amri Amrani designed and sculpted the statue of number 20.
One of the first things I learned here from Omri was, this is a quarter of a century ago. I thought I had a portrait all set. He came and he looked at it and he said, "This is very good, Lou." He said, "Now we're ready to get started." And I thought I was hearing things. And he said, "No, it looks good. Everyone will know who it is." He said, "But now we need to feel who it is." Some teams have a player that's just a face of their history. The Detroit Lions, Barry Sanders is it. Barry Sanders is, if they want to call him Mr. Lions, it's Barry.
Barry up the middle, 35, cuts to the right, 30, cuts it back over the middle, 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, touchdown! And away to Barry off the right. Barry to the 45, and bumps to the 40, breaks it, 35, 30, he's gone! Unbelievable! Touchdown, Lions, Barry Sanders. Oh my gosh, what a run!
Getting to work with the Lions has been a big thrill. We got very attached to Detroit when we were doing the Tigers years ago. Omri had already unveiled the Michael Jordan, which I've always referred to as the Statue of Liberty of these sports sculptures. Mr. Ilitch contacted the studio and wanted to do a series of Detroit Tiger players. From there, Omri got the Gordie Howe and the Alex Del Vecchio and Ted Lindsay.
We were knocking on the doors of the Lions, off and on meetings, visitings, and Lou met Barry on the first of the year.
He was very engaging and very excited about the project, and it was a lot of fun to stand there in Ford Field before the game began and just talk football with him. He was very relaxed and he was very interested. I explained the process of how a sculpture gets done. Somewhere along the way, I mentioned that the whole reason I was a football fan to begin with was because of Walter Payton. And he smiled and said, Walter Payton is the whole reason that I became a football fan. He was my favorite player. So that, was an immediate point of connection. Trickiest part is the very first stage is getting what we call the gestural positioning of it. Everything follows that. So if you don't have that positioning accurate at the beginning, then you're coming back.
The best people to judge are the fans. You cannot deceive them. There's a huge difference between a person who smiles to camera to a player in the maximum expression.
In an absolutely picture-perfect day in Pittsburgh. Second down and 10. Handoff, Barry Sanders, and he is escaping defender after defender after he takes it out for a gain of 3.
This image of Barry, he pops his eyes wide open, and we'll certainly have his eyes nice and wide because even he said, I did that a lot. And you collect those photos, that's what you see, that's Barry Sanders.
You have to take yourself out and become objective, because otherwise everybody will say it's not who you sculpted, it's you in the face. They will see it immediately.
Having watched his entire career made it all that much more special because I never saw anybody run like Barry Sanders before or since.
To see how they live every second of their life of sport competition and the stress and everything, and they just thrive with it. It's amazing.
Wishing for something special? Maybe it's VIP seats, the meal of a lifetime, or an unforgettable journey. Whatever it is, Community Financial Credit Union can make it a reality. Share your impossible dream at impossibledreams.org or by scanning the QR code at the bottom of the screen. To wrap up today's show, I've got some Rogers retweets for you. And I mentioned it earlier in the show, the Packers organization had to release a statement addressing why there were so many Detroit Lions fans in the stadium at Lambeau Field. This was an incredible sight to see. Look, there are 140,000 people on the wait list for Packers season tickets. I guess I'd be a little mad too if there were that many opposing fans in the stadium. So we're just dedicating this whole segment to all the Detroit fans that showed up. This is one of my favorite ones. Who put that G in the middle of Ford Field? No, you guys, that is Lambeau Field. Incredible. There you heard it, Detroit Lions fans. We need you on the road coming up in the next 2 weeks. We'll be at Tampa Bay and then Baltimore. Create another home field advantage. It's working. That's it for this edition of Inside the Pride. If you can't make it to Ford Field this Sunday, Detroit takes on the Carolina Panthers. It's a 1 p.m. kickoff on Fox. We'll see you right back here next week.